All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. Here we are once again. Today's June 17th. Got a little bit of warm weather. I'd like to do this outside as much as possible. I think I just want a reminder that this class is intended for people who normally take my yoga class on Wednesday evenings in Williamstown Township. If you've been given this class, please know that you need to be able to. The doctor knows that you're doing yoga, or maybe has recommended doing yoga, and that whenever I give you modifications, please follow them. If you are struggling with something, please don't overexert and try to do it. Yoga is not supposed to be strenuous and hard. Yes, it will challenge you, but not to the point of hurting yourself. So, just a reminder. Okay, today we're going to do a lot of lunging. So if you're not a fan of lunging, my apologies, but that's kind of the design of this one. So go back and find one of the other classes that you might like more if you're not a fan of the lunges. But let's start out with our warm-up, sunflowers. Inhale out. Make sure you're doing this with your breathing. We've got to warm these legs up right from the get-go because we're going to be using them the whole day as we're doing this. Big reach at the top. Make sure those knees are going wide out over your toes. Each time you sink, the tailbone should come down. Using those lungs to get into the habit of our yoga breathing. One more. You know what I would like to do? I want to do Sun Goddess, but grab your strap if you have that. So let's get a little bit of exercise here too. Inhale at the top, sitting down into Sun Goddess. So you're drawing this out. You can straighten it all the way. As long as you're getting some work, remember, close your grip on your strap to make it a little bit more work. So your chest and your heart center are pressing outward each time you do this with your breathing. Inhale at the top. Nice, long, slow exhale. Feel that beginning to open up your chest, your shoulders. One more. Awesome. We're going to do a side lunge, and remember last week, and I'll do it again, side lunge with your strap. So foot is out, bring it to your shoulder, press it out. Continue your breathing, pushing away from you. Let's do the other side. So your feet are already in position. Strap, rotate those toes, lunge and lean. Remember to keep this shoulder from caving in. And back up. Heel toe, those feet together. Now we'll chest open with the strap. Awesome. And then back open. Let's check your neck. I'm thinking today we should stretch the neck. Do some neck stretches. Let's go ahead and place your hand on that lower back. Leaning your head in the opposite direction. Free hand draws toward the floor. And breathe. Keeping that head tilted. Rotate your nose toward your shoulder now. You feel the addition of the trapezius muscle that runs down and connects to your neck. Connects that neck with the shoulder. A lot of times we carry stress right through there. It's a hard muscle to stretch. Let's do the other side. So we're gently focusing on our breathing. Remember, your big inhale fills up your lungs. Your stomach goes in and out with that inhale. That's how we know we're getting to the bottom of the lungs. Let's keep the head tilted and rotate the nose toward the shoulder. And breathe. And finish. All right. Excellent. Okay, so fingertip stretches here. Inhale up to the sky, reaching for something just beyond your fingertips, so you're engaging the lats through the back. Now inhale at the top and exhale, continuing your reach through. You're exhaling through the work. Inhale at the top. Let's do the other side. Open up the back, warm up the spine and the rib cage. One more time. Remember, do this at your own pace. Maybe faster than me, maybe slower than me, but it's with the pace of your breathing. When you're finished, fingertip stretch, so we'll all end up in the same place. And we can move on together. Release those hands down. I'm going to turn sideways so you can make a fist. Standing back bend. Open that chest, heart center toward the sky. And back up. All right. How are we doing so far? That neck warmed up? Awesome. All right, forward fold here. I'm going to lay my towel out because unfortunately the sun is getting my bed hot. What a problem to have, huh? Okay, so we just finished back bend. So I want you to just fold forward and hang in ragdoll. You can have soft knee, whatever's most comfortable for you, or a straighter knee. Completely up to you right now. We're just beginning, so take it easy. Let's come up to a half pose. You can either put your hands on your shins and straighten that spine out, or on your thighs, whatever's most comfortable for you. Either way, your goal here is a nice long spine, pressing the chest up. And relax back down. Hanging once again in ragdoll. You can challenge yourself if you want to draw your chest forward, more into a forward fold. That's a goal. It's an option also. All right. And bend those knees and roll up. Oh my goodness. One more time with the standing back bend. We're really trying to get this spine warmed up. Hey, how about you? I have been in the flower beds all week long, actually. This is all new. Everything that was here has been moved. So I thought we'd use our new beach grass. Well, it's not new, it's old. I just transplanted it, my beach grass background, for today's class. Okay, so we're going to do a modified version, kind of a flow here, where we're starting to warm up to our lunges. Right now, I don't expect you to do lunges with your knees off the ground. I really want you to just focus on warming those legs up into the lunge. So we're going to start. Come on up to the top of your mat. We'll start with downward dog, but we got to get there. So inhale up, exhale down. Stepping back into plank to downward dog. So the first thing you'll do is you'll lunge, and if you need to help, That's fine. Think about when you're trying to step forward, a big high knee step, and sometimes that helps people get that foot up farther. So with the back knee down, you'll do a reverse twist here, opening the chest, trying to stack the shoulders. Feel that through the rib cage. You come back down to your lunge. Inhale now up, taking that chest to the sky. Exhale. Back down, draw this out. Let's do the other side. So inhale on your lunge. I said that backwards, didn't I? This is an inhale here. Exhale on your lunge. And then draw that foot out. So let's do that again. This time we're going to add the three-legged dog. So inhale here. Exhale on your lunge. Inhale on your twist. Really lunge on that. Exhale, bring those hands back down to your lunge. Draw that foot out, three-legged dog, inhale. Pressing the opposite heel down. Exhale, lunge, knee down. If you're feeling like you're warmed up and you want to do this with the knee up, that's great. But right now, since this is part of your warm-up, it's probably best to do it with the knee down. Let's do the other side. Three-legged dog. We'll do twice on this side again. Lunge. Draw the chest open when you do your twist. Exhale back to lunge. The foot out to inhale on your three-legged dog. Once again. Inhale. Reaching to the sky. And then back to downward dog. Let's use this time in downward dog to stretch out those calves. Remember to keep your head from popping forward. You want to continue to push the floor away from you. Switch feet if you haven't already. Focusing on that hip to heel stretch. You can slowly bicycle them. Take your time though. This is not a fast movement. It's a nice long hold, then a nice long hold. So you may have noticed that halfway through that last exercise, I moved inside. Well, it felt hot to me, but apparently it was too hot for the camera, which completely shut down. So here we are. We're inside for the rest of the day. Next week I have to get outside sooner, earlier, before the sun rises. And the nosy kitties can't figure out why I'm in here when I should be outside. All right, let's move on. Child's pose. So as you're doing your first child's pose, really settle in and draw from the stillness of this, because we're going to begin doing some more work. So we're going to put both of those things that we just did together in a combination of a flow, starting with downward dog. So inhale on your lunge because you're opening the chest. Try to do it with your knee up this time. I'm sorry, exhale. Inhale to the sky in your twist. Exhale back down. Now up. Knee up or down in the back, your choice. And now draw that out. Exhale. Three-legged dog inhale. Same leg. Let's do that again. Exhale in your lunge. Inhale on your twist because you're opening that chest. Exhale back down. Once again up to a lunge. Inhale and back down. Draw that out. Switch feet. So three-legged dog, opposite foot. Exhale on your lunge. Inhale on your twist. Focus on that tailbone also, because when you do, up to lunge, got ahead of myself, and back down. When you focus on that tailbone on your lunge, then you feel a nice glute stretch. So here we are in three-legged dog, continuing. Exhale, lunge. So here's where I was talking about. Open, sink the tailbone, feel that glute stretch. Exhaling back down to lunge. Inhaling up. You can take your arms to the sky if this is the kind of lunge that you like. Where your arms are, to me, doesn't matter. As long as you're focusing on your chest. Downward dog. Everybody at downward dog. So if your chest is up and it's a lunge, no matter how you've learned it, do what's comfortable for you. Arms out to the side, arms to the sky. It's completely your choice. All right, let's take a break. Down into child's pose, shall we? Remember, if your heart rate's already up, please stack those fists so your head stays even or higher than your heart. Focus on slowing down the heart rate and the blood pressure with your nice long inhale, exhale. Okay, so now we're going to take what we just did and add on another step. So we've started out lower in your lunge, and we've added bringing it up to your lunge. Now we're going to go into the same routine with your twist, but then push up into warriors. So we've got warrior, warrior two. We'll do the spinal twist again, only standing, which we've done before. So down dog. So inhale that leg up, three-legged dog. Step it through to your lunge. This time you're going to do a reverse. So cartwheel that arm. And again you're going to cartwheel back to warrior two. So we've not done that before. Go ahead and hold. Inhale to the sky, reaching from the ribcage upward. Take that hand down. Option, we'll hold here, focusing on this stretch. The second class is an option to try to go to half moon here. We're going to do this again, so maybe do it this time and then half moon when we get there. Back up to warrior two. Cartwheeling forward for warrior one. Go ahead and bring those hands back to the floor. Big lunge, hold. Draw the foot out, downward dog. All right, we're going to do the same side. Same thing. Lunge first. This is where you're cartwheeling your chest to the opposite. So bring the hand that's on the side of the bent foot. Here's your twist. That same hand now sweeps through to warrior two. Reaches to the sky. To the round. Or remember, like I said, optional half moon. Warrior one. Again, wherever you want your hands, wherever you're comfortable. And down to the floor. Pull that leg out. Downward dog. Now, we'll do the other side. So, three-legged dog. Lunge. Remember, it's the hand on the side of the bent knee. Then the cartwheel. Warrior two. Upward. Take that front hand all the way to the floor. Warrior two. Nice big breath, sweeps through to warrior one. Pull that foot out. Let's do the same side. One last time. Three-legged dog. Step into your lunge. Cartwheel in reverse. You can hold this as long as you want to. We're holding it longer this time. 2 breaths. All right, cartwheeling now to warrior two. 2 breaths this time. Upward to the sky. Take that hand to the floor, inside. And again, this is the optional half moon. Warrior two. Sweeping through to warrior one. And then we'll go back. Downward dog. How would you like to take a break? Let's do that. Go ahead and have a seat again in child's pose. Stacking those fists. Okay, let's do a shoulder stretch here. So with your chest up, you're walking those hands out as far as you can. Elbows should be off the ground. Now attempt to lower that forehead down to the ground. Feel that stretch through your shoulders. Downward dog. So go ahead and lunge forward again. Think about that big step, your eyes bringing it towards the front of your mat. Turn your back foot sideways, coming up into warrior one. Now we'll move into warrior two. Now, I ran across this very energetic yoga guy this week, and he did this thing called the bounce pass, which you normally associate with basketball. So what he did was went back and forth between warrior two on each side. So by doing that, what you do is toes forward on your heels, squat down, warrior two. Oh, I'm a little bit too close. So do your breathing, inhale, exhale, bounce, other side. So we're going to do this a few times. Each time you get to the bounce, think about taking the tailbone down lower. Opening those knees, pressing them out wider. Those walking muscles, giving them a stretch. We'll do 2 more. And then last one. Welcome back, toes forward. Hanging ragdoll here, hands to the floor. So you can give those legs a break. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Pull that foot out, and now you're in plank. Up to downward dog. From here we'll go to dolphin. So now you're on your elbows. Pushing that floor away still, even though you're on your elbows. Slide out into plank. Remember, you can make your adjustments by taking your knees down. Do whatever works for you. Your focus here. See my backside? Pelvis tucking under, belly button towards spine, whole core engaged. Let's rock up on the side. So a side plank here. Do a side plank with the knee down. You can bring your knee all the way out, whatever helps you work your way up to this position. And then back. Let's do the other side. Remember, don't let this cave in, pushing the floor away. And then back. Push back up to your plank, because I want you to lower down if you can to four-limb staff pose and hold there as long as you can, then lowering yourself to the floor. Undo your toes. Press up either into cobra or sphinx or upward dog, knees down or up, whichever one you feel you benefit most from. Child's pose. Okay, we're not done lunging, if you can believe it. I want to do a little bit of upper body exercise, and that takes us to Spider-Man. Now, the Spider-Man push-ups, we'll do our modified. If you look up Spider-Man push-ups, it's really a 2-arm, 1-foot stance. We are going to make it so we can actually do it. So, come on up onto your hands and knees. I want you to take a wide stance on your mat, as wide as you can. You're going to bring that leg up so the knee is resting on the elbow. Now you can stay in this kneeling position and focus on lowering, or you can take that knee off the floor and same thing, focus on lowering. But because your leg, the weight is laying on top of that elbow, then you have the ability to probably challenge yourself a little bit more. It doesn't matter if you're on that back knee or not. Work is work. Do it with your breathing. So inhale at the top, exhale down through the work. I'm saved by the brim of my hat. That means I don't have to go down as far as I should. Okay, and last one. Now, go ahead and undo. Sit on those feet. If you can, remember, some of you may need a block, a blanket, or a pillow, so you're up a little bit more on this particular position here. Check your spine and your posture. Come on up to your knees, pushing those hips forward. So kneeling back bend, making a fist, opening that heart center toward the sky. And you can hold here, opening the chest, or you can advance it to bow. And child's pose. Go ahead and cross those ankles or switch yourself around. Some people can roll right over those ankles. I used to be able to. So here we are. 14 layers of boat. Okay. So pick which boat works best for you. Remember, if this is too much, just scoot up a little bit. If this is too much, start with one leg. Belly button drawing toward your spine, pelvis is tilted under, and just holding the one knee. Go ahead and switch. Switch again if you're doing both. I'm going to go up to this level. If you're really working it, go ahead and take it up to boat, full boat. Go ahead and hug those legs into your chest. Notice my feet aren't on the ground yet. That's a goal for some of you. You're going to round the back and roll over. So that was actually a boat roll. You're going to continue with the boat, belly button towards spine, shoulders off the floor, in the laying position. Still boat. Remember, if it's easier to take the legs up, go ahead. If you can only do one leg at a time and it helps you take the shoulders off the floor, then rock on. That's the one for you, because you're still feeling it through the core to do that. What I don't want you to do is try to do this and have your stomach pushing out, which is opposite of what your goal is. If you can't hold that belly button down and that lower back flat to the ground while you're doing this, then do a modification so that you're getting the right work. And release. Woohoo! Nice job. Taking those knees up into a 90-degree angle, arms spread wide. We're going to do some windshield wipers here. Keep those shoulders on the ground with your arms spread wide, lowering just above the ground. No, we're not touching the ground on this. You're going as far as you can. Still core work here. Working those obliques. And then back up. Also, definitely a lower back opener if you're tight. Just above the ground. Inhaling in the middle. Exhale through the work out to the side. A nice long exhale. This is a great one to help slow down your breathing pace if you picked it up. Let's do one more set. And last one. Awesome. Okay, feet on the ground. I would like you to get a little bit of a glute stretch here. So lay that ankle on your knee, reach behind the knee, either with your hands or your strap, and pull that leg toward you. Remember, you can use this elbow, rotate a little bit. You can use this elbow against the knee as a lever to add more of a stretch to that glute, and relax your head down. If your head is up, then everything is tensed and you can't relax and sink and focus on what you need to, which is your glute. Sides, why stress your neck? All right, let's switch legs. All right, so from here, go ahead and release to boat, bringing those feet in. Well, no, rotate as far as you can. Roll the shoulders under. Press the hips to the sky. For many of you, you'll feel a quad stretch here. Might be core work for you to get those hips up. Release them down. But just in case, since we did all that quad work, roll up on your side, resting your head. Just like we did last week, grab that ankle and draw the knee. Pressing the hip forward the whole time. Really the key is pressing that hip. You can use your bottom leg to brace yourself if you feel like you're going to fall over. But if your hip is forward, you should be balanced up on your side. Again, with the neck, rest that head so the neck is not straining at all. Let's do the other side. Go ahead and roll over. And back on your back. Time to grab those big toes, I believe. Oh, you know what? Let's do one more spinal twist. Go ahead and cross your legs at the knees. Again, shoulders staying on the ground. This time, your goal is to bring that leg all the way to the floor. And you can rest it right down. Let's go to the other side. You can gently allow your head to fall in the opposite direction. Remember, you're not turning and cranking the neck, but allowing the head to just fall that way adds to the stretch. Now you're happy, baby. Grab those big toes, those straps, whatever it is that you use. The knees drawn wide. Nice spine compressions on your spine. Maybe you just rock side to side. And lay yourself out on the mat. Breaths. Fill up those lungs. Feel your body settle with every exhale, and love this feeling in your shoulders and your hips, your legs, your hands. Everything joins the earth. So go ahead and stay here and enjoy this feeling as long as you want to. Once again, thank you for joining me for pandemic yoga. I have been asked by multiple people recently where we're standing with this. And of course, to me, safety of everyone is paramount. So we will continue to do this. Many of you have sent me checks because you've been using the yoga classes and you feel, for lack of a better word, guilty because you're getting free yoga. At first, I really fought with that because I wanted to not be a financial burden to anyone who might be struggling during the pandemic, but I do appreciate you if you have sent that check in. If that's something that you feel you need to do, I want you to have what you normally send, because I'm not paying rent at this time, so I don't want to take that extra money. It's just not right. I hope to see you soon, but till the next yoga class on the videos, I just want to say namaste. Take care. Happy summer.